Hello, my name is Jule Schnakenberg. I'm with World Youth for Climate Justice, and I thank you very much, Alan and the team, for inviting me to send a short video message. I'm unfortunately not able to be there in person with you today, but I'm honored to be able to share a few words with you today. The global campaign to take the issue of climate change to the International Court of Justice was inspired by the successful campaign in the 1990s to take the issue of nuclear disarmament to the International Court of Justice. And there was many reasons why this campaign was driven, but we always had the inspiration of this very successful campaign in the 90s with us. We've carried that picture with us. In both issues, governments had accepted obligations under international treaties, but we're simply not doing enough to implement these treaty obligations, and we're failing to protect current and future generations from the threats of nuclear war and climate change. On the nuclear weapons issue, the main treaty was the Non-Proliferation Treaty. On climate change is the Framework Convention on Climate Change, the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement, so any kind of subsequent agreements to that. The 1996 ICJ case on nuclear weapons has strengthened the norm against the use of nuclear weapons, helping to prevent nuclear war, and has stimulated actions for further nuclear disarmament. Similarly, we expect that the climate case in the ICJ will strengthen the legal requirements for protecting the climate, including through significant reduction in carbon emissions and faster transition to fossil-free economies. In addition, we expect that the legal obligations that will be affirmed in the climate case will provide a political stimulus for a range of measures that, at all levels, that will protect the climate and impacts and will address the impacts of climate change on the most vulnerable and the most impacted communities. This could include stimulus and momentum, not only for negotiations on the fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty, but also for the successful subsequent implementation. In both cases, the nuclear weapons case and the climate change case, the ICJ can and does use its mandate to apply all relevant international law, not just treaties, to the issue. This is how the court can affirm legal obligations that A, clarify and guide the implementation of treaty obligations, and B, are stronger and more comprehensive than those under the treaty obligations. So they go beyond just what the treaty obligations say. In summary, in both the non-proliferation and the proposed fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty, initiatives by the ICJ and other relevant courts and tribunals to strengthen the legal obligations for robust and effective action are important to ensure full protection of current and future generations from nuclear weapons and climate change. I thank you very much, and I wish you a very successful meeting today and successful deliberations.